In portraiture of Anne, the face changes quite remarkably from image to image. One aspect that stays constant is her bee pendant. The bee draws you in. It's a bold statement of who she was. I am a Boleyn, and I am proud of that fact. She is advertising who she was and where she came from. She had a fondness for initial jewellery, making them surge in popularity in the mid-1520s onwards. Holbein was primarily a designer, and it's known that Anne commissioned him for several pieces, including jewellery. HA was something that she liked to use a lot, along with AB and just A. When Queen, she swapped to RA, meaning Queen Anne. The fact she's painted wearing them in portraits commissioned in Elizabeth's reign leads me to believe they were part of Anne's iconography. This is how people remembered her. So where did Anne's jewels go when she died, let alone her initial pendants? As she was a traitor to the crown, all her belongings reverted back to the crown for Henry to do as he wished. One of the initial pendants went to Elizabeth, who wore it in the family of Henry VIII portrait. It could be seen as a sign of defiance from Elizabeth to support her mother's memory, or Henry made her so the world would remember where she came from and wasn't legitimate. It's been said that the pearls from the teenage portrait of Elizabeth were Anne's from the bee pendant. This is due to them being set and hanging in the same way. The Tudors didn't have the same family heirloom feeling we have today. They regularly reset and melted down items that they fancied being made into more modern fashions. It's entirely possible that if Henry kept pieces from Anne's time, he had some listed in inventories at the time of his death, he passed them on to Elizabeth as her legacy pieces. It'd be cheaper for him than buying something new, that's for sure. If Elizabeth kept pieces, then as she had no children, it all went to King James and his wife Anne of Denmark. Anne was ruthless in chopping up the old queen's wardrobe to create new pieces or use them as costumes, so if the bee did survive, I'm almost certain it didn't remain in its original form. It's been said the pearls were kept by Elizabeth though, from which pendant we don't know, and placed into the state crown. This would mean that Elizabeth had quite a lot of impact on the current crown, as there are her black pearls on there as well. Anne has been depicted often as wearing the bee to her execution. I personally feel she wouldn't have. She wanted people to know she was a queen by wearing royal ermine. I doubt she'd wear a pendant representing her life before. She was England's queen and wanted to leave it as such.